All right, good morning. Good morning. I finally got me a little break in, and it feels pretty good this morning, like it's gonna rain, but I need somebody to direct me to a church I can go to when I'm off every other weekend. I would like to be a part of a church. I've been taken away from the church body since I was 12. I left church, but I never left God. He showed me early on as a kid who is who. I've always had a discerning spirit. I can read you real good. If I'm looking at you for quite a while in a long time and not saying anything, I'm reading you. And since I was a kid, I was able to do this. And I grew up in the church. I grew up in church choir, Wednesday night Bible study, Friday night prayer, Sunday morning church service, Sunday evening church service, Tuesday night choir rehearsal. Everybody that grew up with me, we know we was at church. Greater St. Paul, we was at church. We was at church constantly. And around about 12, God showed me about the church. So therefore, I'm so glad at 6 years old, I asked him for wisdom and understanding. Early, didn't know why I needed wisdom and understanding, but like I always say, he will show you who is who in due time. In due time. I would like to be a part of a church, but I don't really want to attend a huge church, a big church. If you got mop buckets passing around for the offering tray, I don't want to be a part of that. If you got an ATM machine sitting out in the lobby of your church, I don't want to be a part of that. So therefore, I learned to read the Bible with understanding. Know truth when I hear it, and know how to rightfully divide it. Now, we go to church. So many people caught up in the preacher. Message blow right over their head. What he's wearing, what the wife is wearing, go for the message. And so many preachers show you who they really are while they're preaching. But if you ain't got them discerning eyes and spirit, you'll miss it. So I chose to pull myself out of the church body. But I never left God, and he never left me. Now, I've only attended funerals and weddings ever since I was 12 years old. But when I do go, I don't care who the preacher is, who the pastor, whoever it is. When it's time to shake hands at a funeral, I don't care where I'm at. Once they shake my hand, it's hard for them to let go, and I've always wondered. I knew why they couldn't let go. I knew, because they know I see them. I see who you are under that. And it's hard for them. I don't know if they just know it's something. I don't know what it is about me, but they know. And if evil people, they can't stay around me too long. My spirit man too strong. You understand me? They can't stay around me too long. And I'm glad of that. Because I'm telling you, I'll be doing 5 to 10. I don't play with nobody. I like to laugh. I like to joke. But everybody that knows me, I'm a no-nonsense kind of person. I call shit for what it is. It's either black or white. Ain't no in-between with me. It's either yes or no, in or out, up or down. Ain't no middleman. So that's why I'm so confused about Catholics and the Pope and To me, that's a scam. Let me tell you why I think that. Why do I need a middleman to go and talk to my Father for me? I never got that. You might not be in good standing with him. Your last prayer haven't been answered. So why would I go to you, sit in the closet, tell you all my business, pay you, when I can go to God myself and do it for free? I never got that. So it's like a scam to me. I don't need no middleman. When I want to hear God, he know how to reach me. When I want to talk to God, I know how to go and reach him. People are so bamboozled about this religion thing. Just because you sit up in a church with your big hat, your titties pushed up, are you really there for the word? Are you really there for the word? Church is a fashion show to me. So when I go, the air is so heavy. And when I look at, I can, you're never supposed to point, but I can sit in a church or anywhere and just point out the evil. I can just point it out. And I'm a sinner. How about that? I don't understand it. Maybe we'll all come to terms with it, but you don't need none of that. All you need to get close to God is faith, believing he can do what he say he gonna do when you ask. Just believe it. That's it. And you don't need no middleman. All the preacher's doing is reading you the Bible and breaking it down. Now, if you can read it. If you have to read it word by word, break it down. It'll start to make sense to you. But if you can't read, you brainwashed because you don't know what he's telling you. Some people do stuff for beneficial gains, and you got to know the difference. That's why I separated myself from the church body. Do you hear me? Preaching in the church, sleeping with everybody. What kind of preaching is this? And the congregation not saying nothing. See, I can't be part of no congregation because his ass will be on blast. You hear me? When I stand up and give my testimony, it'll be about his ass. Now quit running to these churches, giving them your goddamn money. That don't make no damn sense. If you want to do something for God or God-like, take it and give it to somebody on hand where you know right now they need it right now. Because what you giving to the church, well, you ain't finna see it. You need help with your light bill and you done paid tithes in this church. And they want you to sign a contract to make sure you get them their money back. What kind of church is that? I don't understand it. When you need help from the church, you got to pay it back. I don't know what kind of church that is, but I can tell you one thing, you won't be getting me. I know how to go to my daddy. I know how to go to my Father. I don't need no middleman. That's where you fuck up at. You don't need no middleman. Go to him yourself. He said, open your mouth. Now, God does have people that he love everybody, but some people he love exceptionally. That he will allow you to intercede. Intercede means to go on your behalf. To be the middle ground on your behalf. Now, I've been thinking my whole life, am I an interceder? I can go before God. I can pray for anybody and go before God and he answer whatever I ask him for that person. Maybe I need to do it for me, but my heart is always with other people. So I always pray for somebody else, and soon when I pray it, there it is. So people, a lady, old lady told me I was an interceder. She said my faith so strong I can stand before God. She said my spirit is so bold. I don't go to him as a weakling. I stand upright. Ain't no weaklings in his army. Do you hear me? Ain't no weaklings in God's army. And when I'm talking to him, he already know your heart. You hear me? He just said, open your mouth. I go forth with him, not a proud spirit, not ego-driven, but I go before him boldly. And I tell him straight up, you said. You understand me? I need you now. You said if I asked, you understand me? Some people don't know how to pray and wonder why their prayers haven't been answered. Prayers fall on deaf ears sometimes. All prayers don't make it to heaven. It's how you pray. When you stand up with no malice in your heart and you go before God, when you're praying, you're before God in prayer. Now, if he see your faith is strong in him, while you're praying, he'll strengthen it. Now, if I'm bold to people in the street, why can't I be bold with God? I go tell him. And if I mess up, I tell him, I messed up. Do you hear me? That's how you got to be with God. Ain't no weaklings in his army. Because if you weak and you don't know how to pray and you don't know how to stand up, you don't know how to stand up in your wrong, you don't know, the devil will eat you alive. Because there's no backbone there. I can stand proud and hold my head up because I know who backing me. You understand me? I walk with a bubble around me. No harm comes to me. Do you hear me? Because the God I serve won't let it. You understand me? He sees me. He sees me. God said, if this girl so bold before me, I give her whatever she asking for. Because I love her that much. She loved me enough to tell me truth when I already know the truth. That's how God operates. You understand? Some people will never get it. You'll go to church your whole life trying to figure out how to pray when it was already in here. You are the church. The kingdom of heaven is right here. The king that sits on your dome. Hear me? You ain't got to go to church to get it. All you got to do is tune in. That's all you got to do. Wi-Fi. I tell people in a minute, this little antenna, this little ball antenna pick up on all of it. And when I go to God, a lady on my job, she's a very, very Christian woman. She told me one time, she said, years ago, about 4 years ago, she said, Tilly, now I just sat here and heard you talking, preaching. I said, I wasn't preaching, we were just having a conversation. She said, no. She said, you ought to hear yourself sometime. She said, you have a spirit of Saul. She said, you know how to go boldly and stand before God and tell him what it is and what it ain't. In truth. She was crying. And it made me cry. I didn't know I had that kind of impact on somebody, but it was real. And my spirit is bold. Do you hear me? When he put a fire down in me, you better sit down. You understand me? Like I said, I'm still a sinner. But who better to work through? You hear me? When God glow on me and you hear him in me, you gonna know, wait a minute, this ain't the funny Tilly. This somebody else. And I'm loving it. You understand what I'm saying? Oh my God. Start talking about things going on and you like, how she know that? Spirit knows spirit. God don't play. I've been running from my calling a long time, but I think it's overdue. It's been overdue. Everybody have a calling. Everybody have a calling. I've been doing mine since a kid, but I just was running, and now I'm tired. I'm tired of running. So whatever you see, whatever I go through, I'm going to post. I want the world to see what God is doing with me. I want the world to know it. And I want the world to know how to stand up. If you want your life back, take it. If you want your heart right, take it. It's yours for the taking. It's yours for the taking. All right? Even in sin, I still prayed. People say, how do you? Because I told God. I knew I had this calling, but how can I reach somebody if I never been through nothing? So I asked God to take me through something. How many people you know to ask God to take them through something? And I asked him that as a teenager because I know my faith was so strong, is still strong in him. So strong that I know whatever he take me through, he's going to bring me out. If I only don't forget about him. And that's exactly what it's been. You understand? Anybody know me, they'll tell you, boy, that motherfucking crazy as hell. I'm on your ass. I don't play that goddamn shit. Now, God be God when he on me. But when he ain't and you come with that fuck shit, I'm on your ass. You understand me? It's a difference between cussing and cursing. Cursing is in the Bible where people put a hex or a curse on you. That's cursing. Cussing are words to fill in a sentence, to grab your attention. You understand me? Big difference. People got it twisted. That's when you need to read. You don't know no better. Don't get it twisted for 1 minute, because I'm thinking and talking about God that I won't get on your ass. You hear me? That's why I walk boldly. I walk boldly in faith. But don't get it twisted. I lay it down. I lay this faith down and get on your ass. Do you understand me? Now, everybody knows me personally, knows this. Huh? I don't play no games with no goddamn body. I ain't never played with my children. You understand me? Now, I like to laugh. I like to have fun and shoot the breeze. But when it's time to be serious, I'm goddamn serious. Now quit running to these goddamn churches, giving all your fucking money, and when you need help, you can't fucking get it. The kingdom is of heaven. You already sitting on it. That's your ass. The king is you. The queen is you. The dome is on your head. God damn it. Now quit letting these folk brainwash y'all goddamn ass. Now if I find a good small church, I want to go to a small church. Well, I can truly get the message of God. Because the big ones done got too big. It ain't about God no more. It started out about God, but you know how it ends. The preacher fucking with the choir director. The choir director fucking with the deacon. The deacon fucking with the usher. The usher. You understand what I'm saying? Stop. Learn to read your Bible yourself. You think that's why God sat us down this time with this quarantine shit? Like I said, I'm still learning. Maybe we'll all get it. But I know that kingdom is here. Heaven on earth is here. No heaven or hell. Hell is what you make it. If you make your life on earth a living hell, that's what it's gonna be. If you make your life or try to make it heavily on earth, that's what it's gonna be. Even with a little hell thrown in there. It's what you make it. Now we let white people, they took our Bible, that was our rule book of life, twisted and turned it to fit their narrative. Everything in that Bible is already in you. You were born with it. You were born with it. And if you keep faith and believing, you're going to die with it. You hear me? This is kindergarten we in. On earth is kindergarten. We ain't even elevated yet. Death is elevation. Some people won't get it. Preachers don't tell you that. They want you to keep giving your money so they can ride around in they stinking Lincolns and Cadillacs and won't even give your ass a ride home. You got to catch an Uber or the bus, but you done help pay for his goddamn car. Wake up. Wake up. You are the church. Huh?